Hello, Tanya, and welcome to my much anticipated mechanical pencil review. And the first one that we are going to be looking at is the Papermate Sharpwriter. And by the time that this review is over, you're going to kind of be able to sense my disdain for Papermate products. It's going to be palpable, but I'm going to try to remain as professional as I can. But there is one distinct advantage that this mechanical pencil has over the other ones, which is the fact that you can retract the lead. And I apologize, the camera on my phone sucks because I'm poor, but I'm going to try to show you this as best I can. So, you twist it counterclockwise and the lead goes back in, and you twist it clockwise and the lead extends. The other mechanical pencils can't do that, which is a shame because I think that if they were able to, they would be like, 10 to 50% better. But this is one of the few advantages, in my opinion, that this mechanical pencil has. So one of the features of this this pencil is that there's a spring around here embedded in the pencil, and what that does is it acts as a shock absorber. So if I wanted to use my pencil as a pogo stick, I could. That's nice. That works really well. And you would think that would be a great thing, that you could bounce your pencil all over the place and the lead doesn't break. However, what the spring also does is it makes the use of the pencil, the action of the pencil, I guess is the best way I could put it. It makes it very spongy. So, for example, when I'm drawing all these figures, I kind of feel like I have to maybe push a little harder than I should have to get feedback out of it. And it's kind of disappointing because without that feedback, without the rigidity, without the friction, it's hard to really estimate, how dark or light you're making the lines, because, typically you kind of assess that not only by looking at what you're doing, but also the feel of how much pressure you're putting into the pencil. Of course, when you put more pressure on the pencil, you're going to get a darker line, and when you put less force into it, you get a lighter line. But because of that spring negating that feedback, you kind of just have to kind of believe and have faith that you're going to get the kind of results that you want. So that's real annoying. That's probably the worst thing about this mechanical pencil. Another bad thing about this mechanical pencil is the grip. It's just solid, glossy plastic all around the cylinder. So it's real horrible grip. Now, when I say it's horrible grip, I mean it's related to, what I would prefer. I mean, this is not necessarily a pencil that is going to be constantly slipping out of your fingers, as you're using it. You're not going to be, drawing, something and then all of a sudden the pencil just, slips dramatically out of your hand, unless it's wet or something like that. But, there's just not a lot of support. Another thing about this mechanical pencil that I don't like is definitely the eraser. The eraser doesn't really do much. So that's about how much is still visible after I've erased those lines. And I even erased this smiley face so you can see. I find that mechanical pencil erasers in general, I mean, they aren't the greatest at erasing everything off the paper. So that's why if I'm drawing, I'm using one of these erasers, I just say, fuck it. I'm not even going to use the eraser of the mechanical pencil. I also have a knead eraser around here somewhere. So I'll be drawing or doing something, and I'll just be kind of using the pencil, and then if I have to erase, I'll just switch to this one. I don't even bother with the eraser on the pencil. Yeah, this pencil, I mean, look at this dainty little pocket clip. I mean, sure it works, but like, I mean, what's that supposed to do? I mean, I literally just deformed it by putting that little bit of pressure on it. So yeah, these pencils are cheaply made, and I guess they're supposed to be disposable. You're supposed to buy them in bulk, and it kind of translates into the quality of the product and the quality of the art you are able to make with this pencil. Again, it's not it's not like you're going to be using this mechanical pencil and it's just going to make you suck. But it's just not a pencil that lends itself to the abilities and the nuances of the artist's drawing hand. If I can get away with putting it that way. So the next one that I have for you is another Papermate product, and this one is called the the Clearpoint break resistant, right? So as you can see, there's that spring again, all right? And as you're using the mechanical pencil, it's that spring, that keeps it from breaking. So that just kind of illustrated my point about this pencil. So this one is supposed to be break resistant, but as you can see, I don't know whether it's just me or what. I mean, yeah, I mean it's not gonna break, but I mean, as with any mechanical pencil, I mean, if you get the lead out to a certain length and you just press on it, of course it's going to snap. So, as you can see, I have broken the lead twice now with this break-resistant mechanical pencil. But the grip on this one is way better, of course. As I'm sorry, it's late, I can't talk, but it has this rubber grip with this knurling open pattern embedded in it. So the grip is pretty decent, and another nifty thing about this mechanical pencil is that if you twist the top, you can extend the eraser, or you could also retract it. You can't retract the tip on this one. This is another click mechanism mechanical pencil, and the annoying thing about these Papermate ones is that they make the eraser so big. And what that does is, you'll be using the eraser, and if you're not careful about how you're holding the pencil, you might get in a situation where you're really, applying some pressure, and then before you know it, you go to turn the the pencil back around, right? And you've got about this much lead now, and it breaks. So I would say that this is a bit of an improvement over this one. I would much rather have this one, but with the eraser kind of creating that situation where you engage the mechanism, it just kind of takes some of the fun out of it. So this is a mechanical pencil that will get the job done. Again, it's not like you're going to get this in your hand and all of a sudden you're going to start sucking. But these as you'll see, as we continue, a lot of what makes a good mechanical pencil is the ability of the pencil to lend itself to the control and the feedback that the artist is getting from it as it's using it. And when you put all these springs and dampeners and stuff into it, you just don't get that feedback. So the next one is the Comfort Mate, again made by Papermate. Comfort Mate Ultra, okay, because it has this ultra grip. And as you can see, the rubber grip on this mechanical pencil, as advertised, is way more robust than the previous two. It's kind of like an evolution. You start here, you go to here, and then you wind up here. And the interesting thing about this mechanical pencil is the fact that even though it looks like it has a lot more grip, when you actually start using it and you assess it from a practical perspective, it really doesn't feel that much more significant than this one. The amount of grip and comfort that you get out of this rubber piece here isn't really that much more compared to the clear point, which is surprising given how it looks. And another really annoying thing about this mechanical pencil is the fact that it also suffers from that condition where and this one is even worse than the clear point. But you'll be racing, and because the mechanism, the length of the shaft is way smaller than this one. It doesn't take much. Just a little bit of pressure, and you're pressing that mechanism as you're racing. And then lo and behold, you turn your pencil around to use the lead, and you are past the point of no return. At this point, you just have to break it and start again, because this one can't retract its lead either. So all in all, I'm not a huge Papermate fan. I mean, again, these pencils aren't bad per se. I mean, they will get the job done. It's not like a good artist couldn't pick up these mechanical pencils and do something great with them. But they just don't really lend themselves to making the process easier. Unlike the Pentel mechanical pencils that I'm about to show you. So this is the Pentel P207, and this is a more rigid plastic cylinder fuselage that the lead lives in. And the thing I like about this is that the size is good. It's not too bulky like this one, right? It's a little bit more slender and ergonomic, and surprisingly, the knurling and the bevels on this mechanical pencil feel more secure and provide more control while you're drawing than this one, and also this one. So I actually prefer the grip. I mean, even though it's hardly any grip, really, I actually prefer this over this one. So go figure. But it's just very precise. You know, I feel like when I'm drawing with this mechanical pencil, and of course right now the lead is extended too far and I don't want to break it, but I feel like when I use this one I just have a bit more control. And I think that the slimmer size, coupled with the fact that it actually feels more like a regular pencil, you know, with the bevels, I think helps it to feel more natural to the user. Because at the end of the day, if you're used to, you know, using non-mechanical pencils to draw with, I mean, this essentially would be a good mechanical pencil for somebody who is used to using wooden pencils, because it has virtually the same dimensions with just some enhanced knurling. So pretty simple in design, but very effective. And an interesting thing that Pentel does is it... sorry, I have to reset. So the erasers are way smaller in circumference. And they use these clips here to kind of allow you to adjust how much of the eraser that you want out. Of course, you have to kind of pull it, but you can kind of press the eraser into this clip and give yourself as much of the surface area of the eraser that you feel like you need. So that's kind of a finer adjustment than, you know, this one. And another kind of advantage that this one has, this eraser has, you know, compared to the other ones, which are larger, right? So with these smaller eraser heads, you can kind of do a little bit more refined erasing. These smaller erasers get into smaller areas, and you have a bit more control there. And because the erasers are smaller on these ones, what I find is I erase using the side of the eraser as opposed to the top, and that really helps to reduce all of the engagement with the internal mechanism, and it kind of reduces the frequency of the lead extending unintentionally. So this is a way more refined mechanical pencil. This came in a 2-pack, and I think these two together were $12. So, you know, this is roughly $6. And this one here, I think, is $4. And this one here, probably about $2. So, you know, for not much more, you get a bit more refinement. And honestly, I feel like the investment is worth it because I would much rather use one of these Pentel pencils than the Papermate ones. One final disadvantage that these Pentel mechanical pencils have are these metal caps because they get lost easily. Fortunately, every time I've lost one, I've found it, but they kind of have a habit of walking away. But I mean, if you do lose it, it's not a big deal because the pencil still works, of course. It's just kind of annoying, trying to keep track of this, and it's not kind of an ideal situation if every time you go to use the eraser, you have to remove the cap. Of course, you're probably not going to be drawing with the cap on if you're going to be using the pencil for extended periods of time, but it's just worth noting that these things are kind of irritating because they get lost. And the pocket clips on these are way more robust. As opposed to these plastic kind of, and this wimpy little one doesn't even like, look at this. Look at how small. I mean, we're talking like the edge of the pocket there. And there's no grip. It's very dainty. But this one, is metal. It's a bit more robust. Yeah, so all in all, I like this this Pentel one, but the next one, it's also a Pentel, but this is one of the more iconic in the mechanical pencil world. This one, I understand, is a bit more iconic. This is one that all the pencil nerds kind of can all agree on is a quality mechanical pencil. But this is the Pentel Graph Gear 500. And as you can see, this one has a very, very robust metal knurling grip. And I am so impressed with this grip. I mean, this grip is 80% of why this pencil is great. But this grip is even more robust than this one. I mean, I thought this one was a lot. I mean, I feel ultra secure, writing with this pen. I mean, I feel when I'm writing with it, like there's absolutely no chance my fingers are going to slip. And the same is true with this one. I mean, it's just very involved knurling with these rings. And you hold on to this this grip, and you just feel like you're very secure. And another interesting thing is that because this tip kind of extends out before you get to the lead, when you are using this mechanical pencil, you just feel like your fingers are in the right place to really use the lead in a very controlled way. Like, as I'm doing this, I feel like the pencil is, God, I'm sorry, it's late. I feel like the pencil is just giving me a lot of feedback. Again, because there's no spring near the tip, I sense all the resistance. But because the grip is so sublime, I'm able to kind of counter that resistance as I meet it. and it just allows me to feel completely in control. Another good thing about this mechanical pencil is that it has, traditional beveling like a normal pencil. So, it's strange. This one has like all this girthy metal knurling, that makes it look like a dart. Like you could, play darts with this thing. But it feels way slimmer than something bulky like this. So again, it just translates into more control. Because you're not wrapping your hand around this bulky, cylinder. It's just kind of resting in your hand. And of course, this one has a really solid pocket clip, and this one has another annoying metal cap for the eraser. And just like the P207, this one has a smaller eraser compared to the Pentel. So, you can really get into some tight spaces with it. And again, because it's smaller and, sure, if you press down on it, you're going to engage the mechanism and run into the same problem that you might with this one right here. But, again, you're more tempted to use the side of the eraser because it's smaller. So, you don't run into that problem as much as you would with the Papermate. So I think overall, this is just a really great mechanical pencil. It's my favorite one. And this is the one I would recommend to anyone. And I have just really enjoyed owning it. So, again, it's all about the grip, and the feedback. So that kind of concludes my mechanical pencil inventory. I'll try to pick up some more as I find them, but really, I don't think you could get a better mechanical pencil than this one. This is the winner right here. Like, it would take a lot. So this one was, I think, around $9. So, we're talking $2. We're talking, roughly $4 or $5. And then, we're talking $9. So for not much more, you get a lot more. This is real metal. This feels very solid. This feels like it was constructed well, and this feels like a quality pencil, for $9, while this one, feels like a cheap kind of exercise in futility, if I could get away with putting it that way. I think all in all, this is my least favorite mechanical pencil out of the bunch. This one was just really disappointing. I thought that with this grip, it was really going to feel comfortable, but it's just not. It's just not there. So the most expensive one wins, but it didn't win because it was more expensive. It won because it was a bit more refined. So I have found that, kind of an update to the fountain pen review that I did. I have found that, like, Pilot is like the Ibanez of the pen world. Like, they have really cheap pens, and they have really expensive pens, but all across their range, it's a quality product. And one thing that I kind of found out today is to use this this converter. Now this looks like a strange item, and it is a bit strange, but I'm going to show you how this works. So traditionally with fountain pens, right, you have let's say you have your ink bottle like this, and you have your fountain pen. Now typically with classic fountain pens, they had a plunger essentially. So of course at first you would dip your pen into the ink and then use it that way. But then as the years wore on, they developed a plunger, so you would put your pen into the ink, and then you would pull up on this plunger, and it would suck up all the ink into the pen, and then you would press down on the plunger, and it would seep down into the ink feeders down here. But with this converter, what you can do is you press it like that. This is a rubber kind of insert here, but you press it like that, and you dip it into the ink like that, and then lo and behold, you attach it. Oh, I'm dripping all over the place. But you attach it back on the pen, and you're good to go. Now, granted, this isn't my favorite ink to use, but yeah, I just thought you might find that neat. That these Pilot pens come with that. Again, just quality. So I hope you found this enjoyable. I hope you learned some good things. I hope you're having a good day. And you just take care of yourself, all right? And, I will talk to you later. Bye.